Hello, my name is Petrina Sharp, and I am your host for today's segment of Our Ventura. With me today, I have Scoutmaster for Troop 128 here in Ventura, Michael Ashley.
Hello, Petrina. How are you?
Good.
Thank you.
So tell me, what is the criteria for actually joining a Boy Scout troop?
For joining Boy Scouts, there's two different slight variations of that, and that's if you come in from Cub Scouts, you can join at 10 and a half years old, or graduated from the 4th grade at 6 months. If you haven't come from Cub Scouts, they ask that you wait till you've graduated 5th grade and are 11 years old. And then Boy Scouts goes up to the age of 18. And they also have a venture crew, which is from 14 to 21 to keep boys involved a little bit longer. And that's also co-ed. So we let girls come in and then they can go do the same fun adventures.
Okay. So how do you go about finding a troop in your area?
Well, the best way to do it is to just come see us. Otherwise, there's the council has a website, vccbsa.org.
Okay.
And you go onto that and links, and you look for a Ventura Boy Scout troop. And then you can go to their website, or you can just contact council at that same website and ask them for a list of troops.
Okay.
And then you just find out when everybody meets, and you go around and visit and see, you know, what fits your personality or the personality of your family, child, whatever, what fits best. Because there's a lot of troops, and they've all got different things that they specialize in and do.
Okay. So how long has Troop 128 been in existence?
Troop 128 has been in existence since April of 1959.
Wow.
So we're 55 years old.
Dang.
So we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah. And how many Eagle Scouts have you produced in that time?
A couple of months ago, we were fortunate enough to have troop number 128, the 128th Eagle Scout for Troop 128.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That gives me shivers.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
We had some boys vying for it, going, okay, I want to be the one to get it. And a young man who wasn't even paying attention just turned his paperwork in and
That was that.
got everything done. And
Nice. Okay, so how many boys are there in the troop right now?
we have 25 boys right
Okay.
now.
And do they all show up regularly? And I mean, how does that work?
That's the hard part, because sports has just gotten so huge over the years, and boys all want to do a little bit of everything.
Right.
So not wanting to be like a lot of the coaches that say you either do this or nothing. We support the boys in doing what they do. Okay. So because of that, an average number for us is probably 18.
Okay. Well, that's still pretty good.
Which is still fairly good for what we got on a weekly basis.
And then what kind of activities do you guys do?
We do a little bit of everything. We don't have one particular thing that we do. Some of the troops will have all we do is backpack, or all we do is bike ride, or all we do is this. And we try to do a little bit of everything. A couple backpack trips a year, some car camping, going to the lake. The one thing that we're known for is we build our own homemade kayaks, and then after testing them, of course, we go to the Colorado River and do 51 miles down the Colorado River.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
It is quite an experience to see a 13, 14-year-old boy when he gets off the river, and when he's done kissing the ground because he finished, to realize that not only did I just do this, but I did it in something I built.
Yeah.
And that builds self-confidence in these guys that is just unfathomable.
Nice. And then what kind of service projects do you guys do?
We do anything. We've done beach cleanups, park cleanups, trail work, right down to we've been asked by the National Guard to come and do a flag retirement ceremony for them.
Nice.
And so the boys put together their little portable fire pit and went down there and got a fire going and did some rehearsal, and the general came out of a meeting and
wow.
his whole entourage, and they performed an and did an awesome job at performing a flag retirement ceremony right there.
Nice. Well, and how are these activities decided? Or who decides them?
Well, you know, the boys come up with some. Some of them is just phone calls that we get. People will ask us, hey, will you come do a flag ceremony for us? Whether it's bringing the flags in to open a meeting or a retirement, the guys will do anything. So, you know, I field a lot of the phone calls because my number's on the contact list. But then I put it back to the boys. What do you guys, you know, what do you want to do? Look at your schedule. And then they decide yes or no to what we'll do.
So who actually decides the schedule?
The senior patrol leader and his 2 assistants are the final say on what we're going to do.
Wow, so the boys set up their own, is that how
The boys set up their calendar. We get together once a year and they pick a theme for each month, and they pick outings that would go with a certain theme, and the theme being whether it's for a merit badge that they want to work on for that month or just something, you know, kind of out of the box, just trying to get them to come up with stuff on their own. And then they meet once a month and plan out the following month the exact what we're going to do at each meeting.
Yeah.
So that way they have it
Now,
all
who meets
played it out.
Just the
leadership
okay. The
council
boys,
in the
boys
troop. Yeah.
themselves. Okay.
Yeah. I show up to unlock the door.
Okay.
And if I horn in, I horn in. Otherwise, they usually ask me to leave. And they get their planning done.
Nice. So the boys plan their own activities, and then what is your job then?
Well, a lot of people ask me what my job is,
Yeah.
and the bottom line is my job is to make sure nobody gets hurt.
Okay.
The senior patrol leader plans, you know, what to do. He comes to me because, you know, he has to come to me with, you know, advice on how we're going to do this. Can we pull this off? And I basically look at it and just determine, you know, yes, it's doable. No, it's not. Things like that.
Okay. So, well, like, what are some of the criteria that a boy has to come up with for an activity to happen?
Not a lot. He's just got to come up with the, just the thought process. Hey, I want to go here.
Okay.
And then they'll discuss amongst themselves, you know, okay, we're going to go backpacking. Where do we want to go? Where have we been? Which place was good? Which place, you know, was bad? I keep a list of things, and I write little notes, so that way when they go, hey, we want to go do such and such, it's like,
Right.
You know, last time you didn't like that place so much.
Right.
You know, but you had a really good time over here. And then, oh yeah, and then we'll go
So
off
it's
of that.
a little more of a steering in
Yes.
a direction rather
Yes.
than. So it's really very boy-led.
Yes.
That's great.
Well, you know, our goal is to teach these young men leadership, how to be, you know, future leaders in the community, whether it be at school or when they're out of school, to be a leader at work, to start their own business, to be a you know, a good businessman, a good leader there, a good husband, a good father, you know, leadership all throughout the whole, every facet of that.
Nice. And tell me a little bit about merit badges. Why are there merit badges?
The bottom line is there's over 140 merit badges out there available for them to learn. They have 12 that are Eagle required. And those are things just to make sure that, as calling themselves an Eagle Scout, they are prepared for things. 3 of them are citizenship, community, nation, and world, teaching them how to be good citizens. There's environmental science, or the new one now, sustainability. First aid, life-saving, swimming, hiking, cycling, or one that you can pick from. Most of the rest of them are avenues for them to pursue, or to open their eyes to, hey, here's a job that you could get.
Right.
A lot of people I've talked to have gone, you know what, I took the plumbing merit badge and I dug it, and now I'm a plumber. It
Right.
sounds kind of corny, but you know, there's a lot of kids out there that don't really know what they want to do
Right.
in life, and it's things like this that, you know, teach you either, hey, yeah, you want to do that, or it sounded boring and it really is boring, I don't want to do that.
Right.
So that's where the merit badges come in.
Nice. So do you have who keeps track of who's doing what merit badge, and how do they get pushed along?
Um,
Is that a parent job,
that's
a troop leader job, or your job?
that is we leave it up to the boy.
Okay.
Now, some boys have parents that will nudge them along.
Okay.
When I see a boy who's not made rank in a certain amount of time, I will have a little chat with him about, what can I do to help.
Okay.
Within the troop, we have a lot of merit badge counselors. I'm a counselor for probably a dozen different merit badges that I can help with. So the boys that I know who are working on something that I'm a counselor for, I'm your counselor, so I'm gonna egg you on and get you. Come on, let's get this going.
Okay.
Otherwise, we leave it up to them.
And do you have boys that are a little bit slower?
Sure.
Or,
We have all different
ranges?
all ranges of speed.
Gung ho.
Yeah, you have some that just little jackrabbits going right on through the, what we call the Eagle Trail.
Yeah.
Because you have, in the beginning, you have your rank advancements that are based on doing and learning things, learning how to tie knots, learning how to cook, learning how to camp, how to hike, how to do first aid. And after you get through your first 3 merit badges, and those you can work on all simultaneously, and you have to finish them in a certain order, but you can do them all together. But once you get beyond that, then there's a time-based and a number of merit badges that you have to earn.
Okay. All right. Parent involvement. What is your take on that? Like, obviously you don't want hover moms.
we don't want, we call them helicopters, because they come in hovering. Our troop has been blessed to have just really awesome parents. On the same note, I've got a group of really awesome assistant scoutmasters. So because they're so awesome, we don't rely on parents to go on all the outings. That doesn't mean the parent can't go on the outing. We don't restrict, we follow BSA protocol, and so long as you've done the proper training, you're welcome to come along with us.
Okay.
Now, if we get on a camp out and, we start hearing the blades hovering where you're thumping, we'll go gently pull you aside.
Okay. All right. And then, what are key elements to scouting that people should understand?
Key elements.
Just to kind of, summarize up.
Again, we're here for a lot of different purposes. There's the put outing and scouting motto, which is, especially in today's society with boys and their little boxes and their phones and their computers,
Right.
trying to get them outside to go do fun things.
Yeah.
We have that facet. We have the portion of, again, leadership, teaching these boys how to be leaders, so that way when they do graduate high school, graduate college, and they go into the world, they'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Nice.
Because they'll be good, solid citizens.
Okay. Well, we're about out of time. Do you want to tell me how we can get a hold of you, or get a hold of the troop, or how to get a hold of Boy Scouts again? I know there's a couple different websites.
Our troop has a website, Troupe128.com. You can go there, and there's contact information to get a hold of myself. Come visit us at a meeting. We don't have meetings set aside for show and tell. Our policy is come to any meeting you want, come see what we do. Okay. Come if it looks like it's kind of boring, come to another meeting, because if the boys don't plan it perfect, we don't step in to rescue them. We let them do what they do and talk about it afterwards.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Michael, and appreciate you coming down today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching this segment of Our Ventura. My name is Petrina Sharp, and we'll see you next time.